Okay. Hello, everyone. As you can see, I'm on Sketchbook. Not an actual sketchbook, but the app. Um, we're going to be doing a simulation of the First World War on our server, which is the nation server. Now, this is kind of like a rundown of what happened. Cornelia declares war on Avalon, war begins, Avalon obliterates Cornelia, and Cornelia gets toxic, and blah blah blah, and war's over. That's just a quick rundown. Now, here's what happened. Avalon, after getting, after how do I say this? After pulling out of the union with Cornelia and taking out Asban, had its borders remade. They lost a couple of, they lost land from here, and they brought it to here, and that's one of them. New countries formed, like the Empire of Dresden. There were colonies set up here, colonies everywhere. A new Empire of Bonsai was formed, that kind of stuff. And Avalon had claims to this island off the coast of Cornelia, and it had been under Avalonian control for at least 4 months at that point. And after holding a group meeting with the world, except for Cornelia, they all decided to recognize Avalon's claims of the island, which is known as the Waha Island chain, and Avalon completely annexed it. Now, Cornelia got pissed because it's legitimately off their coast, and they don't want their largest enemy being on their coast. So, Cornelia, with support from their dictator, whatchamacallit, Randall the Vandal, declares war on Avalon, and the Avalonian states, which are here, and here, and here. That's the war now. Now, Avalon legitimately just jumps into this and starts to push into here, and starts pushing into Cornelian territory, and gets stopped in the way, but does some like encirclements here and there, but is eventually stopped. But there is a minor pushback here. Landings are made off the coast of Cornelia. I have to fix this map. It's a very old map. So, and they keep on pushing until they get stuck here. Now that's just then. Now Venheim, which is the closest to being a brother to Avalon, decides, hey, we're going to declare war on Cornelia, and so it does. And so other allies of Avalon join into the Empire of Bonsai and the Empire of Dresden, plus these areas here. Boom. And this is Dresden as well. So the tides of war quickly had changed from the beginning, and so the allies, which are these countries in blue here, decide they're going to start up a front. Oh my god, this is so early. Start up a front here, and so right here, and so they have to bring the Empire of the Republic of Dominica into this as well. And so, with very with high military power and high military force, they push into Cornelian defenses, and the Cornelians were focused all the way down south with the Avalonians, and they are not ready for this, and the Cornelian defenses are quickly overwhelmed. After 3 days of fighting, this is a stalemate, and both sides are stopped in and halted. Now, Cornelia decides to push in some more, but that's pretty much all they can take, and they are now threatening the mainland of Dominica. Now that's a stalemate. That's just stalemate. The two armies have been blocked off from each other. Now, France then decides to use their powerful Turkish army and start pushing in through into Cornelia. They encircle regiments of the 15th Cornelian Corps, another one down south, and more up north. And they create three nice bulges, one nice bulge, but then the rest they just know that these are not nice bulges. These are very oval shaped. And so that's one area. Now Cornelia is being attacked on three fronts already, and it's going to take a while since till when Hymian and Bonsaian troops arrive in Altarian. So their plan is to send troops into Avalon and take it before the fresh Venheim troops arrive. And so it was. They send troops and they land down south under Avalon. Now Avalon freaks out when they hear about this, and so they go in and bring their troops down here to protect. They don't fortify this area though, and while everyone is protecting that area, the Cornelians march on through into the first Avalonian city and encircle many Avalonian troops, and that's that. Now, after fighting for a while, a beachhead was formed, and so single armies start carrying out missions, and eventually the Cornelians push out of their beachhead and had taken one of the most important forts and the most important ports off the coast of Avalon. Now Avalon is legitimately scared because they are now being attacked on their home soil, and so they defend their land fiercely, throwing everything they have at it. And so they take out many Cornelian troops, and also taking out Randall in the process for quite a while, but then suffering humiliating defeats. Now the Cornelian army is now split into two, and we know that that's just being encircled, and so the Avalonian troops just keep pushing and pushing until the troops finally surrender. Now this is terrifying to the Avalonians, and so in complete retaliation for these attacks, bombing raids are just these are the bombing raids. Boom. They completely destroy the Cornelian capital. And guess who's here? Venheimian troops, and they are ready for war. They march on in. The Bonsaian troops march in, and one commander named Commander Flywalker 870 marches in and takes seven towns: the town of Caen, the town of Champs, the town of Leap, no, the town of and the town of Saipan, and many other key towns and forts along the way. And now, tide of war has completely changed, as the Allies secure their claims on their taken land and their annexed territories. And so, 1 second. And now this is the war. Now Cornelius is distracted, and so the Avalonians take their taken land back. This kind of reminds me of like that was my dad. Oh my god. Okay. Now, okay, someone's on Discord. Nice. Now Cornelia is distracted for sure, but they still push into Dominican territory, but extreme they are halted as the arrival of winter. And now this is up north. This is the most northern area in the continent of Altarion. So they're stuck. They're stuck. And since the Dominicans are trained to fight in the snowy and blizzard conditions of the north, they immediately retaliate and push back the Cornelians, and eventually pushing them back to a spot by the sea. They, oh my god, I'm just pushing them back to the spot of the sea. Now the Cornelians, either they can stay and fight until the last man, or they can just leave the archipelago or the island. Now Randall wants them to stay, but the commanding officers are like, nope, and they leave, and this entire island falls under the jurisdiction of Dominica. Now, the claims of Dominica are immediately recognized, and they will be given to Dominica right after the war. Nothing really happens in this northern area except for when the Cornelians start to push in a little bit, but then Avalon quickly goes in and pushes them out. That's the tide of war is changing for the Cornelians. Now, Dresden, their superior Turkish troops, keep pushing into Cornelian territory until they're pretty much stopped because of the winter going on. Southern, they're doing pretty well, even though it's winter time. The southern areas are not really that wintry, they're not that hard to get through because it's the south. You know how in Florida there's like blah. Now, this area where the fort of defense is for the Cornelians, which I've attacked in the past wars, is taken. Wait, is that even the fort? No, the fort is located here. The fort is there, like right off the. Okay, I'm dumb. Now, this war is not going well for the Cornelians at all. So they're trying their hardest to push back as many enemies as they can, as many fronts as they can. But moralization is down for the Cornelians, and Randall is becoming increasingly unpopular amongst the Cornelian people, and so he is his own citizens, namely Dreadquill 4385, which was the past ruler of Cornelia, set up a rebellion force against Randall to take him down from the inside, and they became our spy for the inside. Okay? And yeah, worked. Randall's a fool, so it worked. Now, at this point, Randall's not getting what he wants, like a child. He's not getting what he wants. He's throwing a tantrum on the Discord server, and he starts becoming increasingly more toxic towards the people on the server, even though he lost a war on a game, a virtual game. How low does this guy have to go to be mad at random people for losing a war on a virtual game. I'm not gonna make too much fun of him because, toxicity is bad. Now, Fly's army and the Venheimen army finally link up, and they start pushing up towards the western parts of Cornelia. Encirclement tactics are made here and there, and seeing that Cornelia is doomed to fall into the Allies' hands, Randall is overthrown by his his own communist council, and he's out of power. And so Dredd rises in and immediately starts doing plans to leave the war. Cornelia breaks down, and the war is over. I have to physically do this. Now, since the war of the First World War is over, we can now go back to we can start making a new world order, with the smaller nations being being the ones being helped out the most, and larger nations helping them as much as they can. Cornelia, both being the largest country, is broke at this point, and so Avalon is like, we want all of this back. This is our land now, again. And so they take the town of Chien for the second time. Now, you might be asking, what the hell is Chien? Well, it's dog in French, and then, yeah. Dresden, as their superior fighting skills, were given a bunch of land, plus the fort of defense. What? Oh. We're given the Cornelian Fort of Defense, which is a high honor. Every single country was given the Medal of Honor, and every single person that fought in this war is now a veteran of the First World War. Now, today, Cornelia is still in ruins. Cornelia has not fixed their capital at all, and what remains of their capital is a giant crater. Now, these two countries are satisfied with their achievements, and so is Dominica, as they had gained a new sphere of influence. One second, this is like so anticlimactic. This is terrible. Ugh. I should probably get a computer and then I can do this like better. And boom, Dominica has grown by, I think, 2 times. 2 times the last amount, or the amount that it was, is now 2 times. Now, you might be asking, so what happened to Venheim and Bonsai? Didn't they fight in the war? They did. But we didn't know, I didn't know what to give them, so I'm like, okay. You see this area here? Yeah, you guys are gonna jointly occupy this land for now until borders set, until like land claims are set up, and I'm thinking they just split it in two. I'm just saying they should just split it in two, like this. And they're gonna do that, or else I'm going to interfere. No one wants me to interfere, do they? I am strong. I am the largest military power in the world. No one's gonna mess with me. But people still do. They think that just because I'm a powerful country, stuff. Yeah, politics. Now that was the First World War on the server of my nation's server, which my friends can tell you it was the most traumatic event of their lives. It was pretty much like the First World War in real life. Alright, well thank you so much for watching, everyone. Yeah, it's funny how World War One happened in real life and on the server. It's cool in it. So yeah, if you like this video, please subscribe. I spend like minutes on these videos. I'm sorry, but can you please subscribe? I spend minutes that I mostly use on sleeping and being a weird child. I spend on these videos to just make to just make your guys' day, you know, to make you guys, you history nerds out there, to make your days and make y'all like appreciate life even more. As I might be you might be asking, hey Mohammed, what are your thoughts about the Russia and the Ukrainian crisis? I think that everyone should just eat a cookie and not go to war. That's not gonna work. No. It's not, just me saying something isn't just gonna immediately make it happen. Everyone should just chill. Take a chill pill, at least. But, yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, leave a like, comment. The kids from my school, stop making alternate accounts, please. It's annoying. And people who don't make alternate accounts, I love you guys. Yeah. Let me just finish this up. If you guys want to see more of this, then just tell me and I'll just make more. Cause I'm a nice guy. I don't think I am, but who cares? This is legitimately the most boring thing I've ever done. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for watching, and brush your teeth.